Jayden Dalke is joining us here. All kidding aside, that is so reasonable to go watch a West final in a CFL game.
Yeah, I know.
Like $20.
Yeah, that's awesome.
$20 nowadays. You can't go to a lot of events. Did you watch the baseball last night?
I caught the recap this morning. I did not catch it live.
Blue Jays in 30, or is it called?
How would they have done that? Get the Blue Jays in 30? How would they fit everything in 18 innings like that? Let's go. You said you're born and raised in Leduc?
Yeah, I was born in Red Deer, but I moved to Leduc when I was 4 years old. So
I asked Tommy this question. Always football, or what other sports were you playing? What were you good at?
Baseball. I was a pitcher and center fielder, and my brother was my back catcher until I was about 16. And then once we started progressing into high school, I was just more so focused on football, but football and wrestling, because in junior high I wrestled, and then that was that made me a better tackler, so that was awesome.
I bet. Like, how did wrestling help you as a football player, do you think?
Double leg takedown is a perfect form tackle, and it'll get you about 3 to 4 points and possibly a pin. So yeah, it helped me get into the Winter Games for wrestling, and 3-time provincial champ for 44 kilograms.
Nice. Does the cauliflower ear go away?
I wore the little headgear probably into like year 2 and 3.
Smart.
So yeah,
that was one thing with the wrestlers. I'm always like, that looks painful in those mats and all that. So high school football, and then is there a gap before junior?
Yeah. I was a little bit undersized. My brother and I we didn't hit our growth spurt until basically the year after we graduated. Mm-hmm. So we were very undersized. But then when I took a year off to work full time up in Fort McMurray, and was building modular construction for oil and gas companies. Yeah. And when you're living in camps for 2 weeks on, you work 12 hours, you come home, unlimited food, and then the gym. And so I grew like 4 inches and put on 30 pounds in like a year. Wow. So then, I found a way in to walk on to the Wildcats, and that was through my that was through my drama teacher in high school. He had a connection, so he got me in touch with the head coach. And
let people know, what kind of drama productions were you in?
I was in a couple of one acts where they were self-directed by
That's awesome.
a group of students, and then I was in one musical, Legally Blonde.
Oh wow!
What a guy! How many fan
hope.
favorite probably now? Like this, that's awesome. I tell my kids to do that stuff as much as they can.
Oh, those are, you want to talk about good credits. You need credits to graduate. Going to drama, man. It's awesome.
A method to your madness.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I want to ask, because obviously the Hilltops and the Thunder, and you know all about that. 2 junior teams in Edmonton. I've never been able to wrap my head around why 2. Why not just make one powerhouse?
Yeah, I've always struggled with that, and I obviously talked to like teammates as we've been like going through my 4 years at Wildcats, and getting to know a bunch of the Husky guys at U of A who were eventually my teammates and are my teammates to this day, like Morgan Runge. We've always like struggled with the fact that one team will be on an up, but that is because recruiting for the other team has gone down. So they've constantly moved in ebbs and flows. But
is there a rift between the teams at all, or?
And there is, well, you're in it, and then once you move on to U of A, all of a sudden you're like, oh, junior guy, what's up? But I think it's just long histories of very proud people, alumni who have played that might be holding it back, or it might be the fact that Edmonton's but no, it can't be, because Calgary has one team. Yeah. So, I think it gives more kids or more people opportunities to play.
It does.
You know, when you came to Saskatchewan, I mean, you're a prairie boy from Leduc, obviously, so you sort of know the prairie culture. But when you came and lived in Saskatchewan, did certain things make you realize, okay, now I understand why the Thunder, or formerly the Rams when they're in junior football, or the Hilltops, now I understand why they're difficult to beat? Is there something with the culture here that you noticed versus they're always beating the Edmonton teams in junior football. What did you see here in the community that you think maybe causes this?
Well, I think that I think it's like a quarter of the population lives in Regina compared to Edmonton, and a lot of my friends that I grew up around who went to like Leduc High School instead of like Edmonton high schools. Those are some very strong farm boys. And both my parents grew up in Saskatchewan, met in Saskatchewan. So my grandma on my mom's side still lives in Prince Albert.
All right, so Paradise.
You're telling me.
Can't spell paradise without PA.
Exactly. But I just think that there's just a lot of everybody always complains about the winters up here from like my teammates now who are not used to it. So you just get hard people with potentially some hard times, and those people are generally resilient.
Well, and you were too, because sorry to interrupt, Barney, but you take a look at, you were a 6th round pick in the 22, I think it is, CFL draft, 54th overall. I don't think there's anybody that was picked in that round that's still in the CFL. You're a walk-on with the Wildcats. You don't get discouraged easily. No. It seems like your character. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I would say so. And I mean, my upbringing, we weren't always going to have like the best stuff and everything. Like my parents started their family very young, and I'm the oldest, and always felt like I had to lead by example. And anytime that somebody took a chance on me, I felt like I owed it to them. So that's why even when after year 2 I was offered scholarships to universities and everything, I was banking with the trying to turn the program around at the Wildcats, because they were the ones that gave me the opportunity. So generally I was going to stay there.
That's so much character right there, right? Like we could end it right now and be like, I think I like this guy maybe more than anybody else. But when do you realize that I could play pro football?
Not until I got to the combine, and
really?
That's when it kind of all like hit, and I was just like, oh wow. Like as we start competing, I'm like, okay, so it was one thing to, obviously I started my university career as a older senior student. So all of a sudden you go down on punt, and I'm just like, no way they have like a freshman 18-year-old trying to block me right now. Like this isn't really fair. I'm so much stronger than you. Like I can literally just run and then shove you over and then go make a tackle. Like, but then as you progress through the years, and you get that invitation and you show up and you start meeting with all these coaches, and you get a good feeling that like, hey, they kind of view my potential, like they can kind of see it. And then I was like, I have a feeling I'm going to get drafted, like in general. And that was the whole goal of saying yes to going to the combine.
I bet you that like 4 years or 5 years is just like everything that happened in there was so crazy. What did you take in university? Drama? Is that a dumb question?
No, I've got one more semester left. So I only got through 2 and a bit years. So now every off season in the winter semester, I go back to U of A and I pick away at classes. So I have one more semester and I'll have my bachelor's of commerce.
Oh, good for you.
Right on.
Now, it's fair to say you're a grinder. You certainly learned that in wrestling as well. That's what CFL playoff football is all about. That's what you're going to be doing very shortly in the Western Final. Are you excited about that? Because really that's your forte, is grinding out physical battles.
Yeah, well, and especially when it comes to special teams. Like special teams in the CFL is one-on-one matchups, and you line up against somebody or they line up across from you, and you have to better them or best them that play. Otherwise it could be an explosive play. Like or it could falter. Like it could be you missed a block and all of a sudden your explosive return didn't get a chance to make it go. So it's definitely not only a physical grind but a mental grind, just making sure that you get everybody in the right checks, you get pump protection proper, and make sure that the phase that you have a hand in, like you give your team the best chance to win.
I think there's a ping pong table downstairs. I don't know if you guys pickleball. What's the big competitive game amongst the players?
Well, For me, in the summer, it was golfing. I was trying to take everybody what they were worth for.
Because you live beside a golf course.
Yeah.
You got an advantage.
I got a free little driving range. But everybody's very competitive, especially throughout the week. But when there is a ping pong table downstairs, it gets pretty heated. Some people buy their own paddles.
Who's the best? Lather?
Brett's up there for sure. Yeah.
I skate with him, and he's a competitive man. Okay,
but you're pretty good too. You know, aren't you a good ping pong player?
We should have set it up in here. We could have just played. Okay, I want to ask you this on that. Let's say you got a two person ping pong game, table tennis for all you purists out there. You got to pick one coach to be your teammate. Who are you picking?
Can I? My immediate reaction goes to Bell as a coach.
Yeah. Come on, man. That guy's intense.
Yeah.
I love him.
I played pool with Bell, and we were on a 2v2, and I was just like, oh, you see it a little bit different, just like football, dude. Like, but if
when those eyes get going?
you see.
Yeah. I think Jayden's getting a little red here.
This is good. Can you come on like once a week? This is good. But that's how Coach Joshua Bell, like he seems like so strategic and analytic and all that, and then all of a sudden it's like this. Whoa.
Well, it's interesting because his name gets thrown around once in a while as a head coach in this CFL. Could you see that ever happening for him?
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to have an opportunity to be work his way into that position, just similar to the blueprint that Mace took, like being a renowned defensive coordinator, and then once the opportunity arises or a seat or a position is there, I could see him being into that type of role. He's a good leader of men.
Okay, what do you want to tell the fans out there? Because we're selling tickets to the West Final, and we got to have this place packed, right?
If you show up, look for 38 jerseys. That'll be my family. They're a hell of a time. They'll have a bunch of horns, and you'll enjoy yourself.
How much does it mean to the team, Jayden, to have a sellout, a very intense, loud crowd? How much does it mean to each of the players?
Well, I mean, there's the strategic value of it. Like, obviously, other organizations think that their fans are the loudest, but generally we have the most penalties caused by our fans, like false starts, time count violations, people having to take unnecessary timeouts just to get their guys like settled. And then for me personally, Labor Day this year was one of like my favorite games to play in.
I bet
it was so packed. I hadn't seen it like that in my 3 previous years, and I had to take a moment for myself just to take it all in, feel grateful. And then the second flyover, the first time I thought they missed, and then I'm lined up for kickoff, and I'm on the 20-yard line, and it comes right over. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be a boundary scraper. Now I'm going to be the first level player. Like, how am I going to contain myself right now? This is insane.
What's going on? Are things getting real here?
Yeah,
Why is there 2 flyovers?
This shit's about to pop off.
Thanks for coming on, man. And just love the grind.
Appreciate it.
That's such a cool story. Parents did a great job. Grandma from PA as well. It's great you got ties to Sask, right? You might as well just you got the license yet? Sask license? Or?
No, I've been looking at getting in the insurance though.
Oh yeah,
it's a little cheaper.
A little cheaper.
Yeah, it is. Jayden Dalke from the Saskatchewan Roughriders joining us here live on sets of SportsCage. We're streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com.